Hey guys, it's Dr. Kat, and I wanted to make a video about why I created this Primal Trust mentorship. Several of you have asked me that question, so I thought I would just make a little video and answer it. So when I was in my process of trying to heal from chronic Lyme disease and mold toxicity and all sorts of other stuff, I'd see different therapists and they'd say, you need to get in your body and just trust that you'll be okay. And I'd, try, and my body would feel like this inside. And I'm like, I can't feel trust. I can't feel it. I don't know how to feel trust. Even though I had a lot of experience in teaching somatics myself as a physical therapist, when I would get into my own body, when my alarm bells in my body were going on, or when I was in relationship difficulties, I would just feel like this, just, fear, terror, etc. And I realized that I was operating from a very young part of me. It felt very familiar, as very much like how I felt growing up in a lot of trauma. And I realized that I didn't really have an adult presence inside of me to trust. I didn't have that perception of reality wired in very well. And as I started to study child attachment theory and polyvagal regulation, things like that, I realized that I grew up in an environment where the adults were very much dysregulated most of the time. So my ability to learn what primal trust or just inherent trust feels like, which is how we typically learn, which is by other adults being regulated for us, that didn't happen. And so I knew I was going to need to go on my own journey of learning how to feel regulated, to be able to self-regulate. So on top of that, I also realized that I wasn't really allowed to feel my needs very much as a child, because you grow up in a situation where people are dysregulated. It's not safe to kind of act out that healthy ego development that we usually act out as a child of, I want this, I need this, getting our needs met. That didn't happen. So I didn't have a healthy ego development. That was another big clue. And I didn't even know really how to meet my true needs. I created parts that came up with solutions to calm me down, like be a perfectionist, work really hard, anything I could do to like keep the peace and feel okay, because inside I did not feel okay. But I wasn't meeting my true needs. I was meeting needs of parts of me that I developed as coping strategies. And so I needed to go on a journey of becoming an adult, and I found somebody to help mentor me, help to teach me what that looks like and feels like. And over time, I used my brain retraining practices and other practices to create a healthy adult ego structure. And from there, I realized that I was able to hold more presence in my body, because there was an adult present inside of my body to witness and have the ability to hold space. So that's why this Portal Primal Trust mentorship has been so focused on creating an adult main personality, because in order to hold primal trust in our nervous system, we need a consciousness that's all grown up and responsible and capable, because that may not have happened as a child. That sense of like, an adult, I've got this, I'm okay. So anyway, that's why I created the mentorship. That's why we focus so much on being in our adult main personality and even learning what that is. Some of us had no idea and had to learn, well, what are my values? What do I like? Who am I? And then from there, from that development, our ability to actually hold space when parts of us get activated and integrate our past with our present, is much more easily done. And then we're able to be in our creative ventral vagal connection and be able to be self-resourced. That's another big thing that I've had to learn a lot about. So hope that answers that question about why I created this and why becoming an adult has been an absolutely essential part of my healing. All right, thanks for listening.